Good, boys. Welcome, welcome. Good, Roddy. Welcome, welcome. Um, we'll discuss bias more in depth when more people join. There's honestly two scenarios here. I personally think that we're gonna move lower. Um, but I'll share some insights that are pretty important. I'll share some insights that are pretty important. TikTok is restricted until Friday, brother. So no TikTok until Friday. Good, boys. We'll discuss. Um, there's a couple of high probability narratives that could be in play on the higher time frame that we'll have to discuss. It is better here. It is better here. Okay. We'll give some people a chance to join, and then we'll go from there. Use my code for Apex. If you did use my code, make sure you tell me on Discord. I mean, if you want to join the giveaway. If not, then it's all good. A few singles in the sky. What country are you in, brother? Can you explain measurement? Yeah, I got you, sure. We'll do it after we do the, I guess, the game plan slash bias. I guess we'll just wait till 9:25 and then we'll go over the game plan. Excuse me. Yeah, we'll go over it. We'll go over everything. There's a couple of possibilities. I personally think there's a good chance we go lower, but there is a scenario that makes sense for us to just expand higher. So we'll see. Doing my best, RS. Georgia not in mind, but all the neighbors went crazy last days. Oh wow. How many people are in the YouTube stream? Can someone tell me? I don't know how to check. Wait, oh, participants. It only shows me like 10 people. How do I check? 180. Okay, we can start with the. We can start. I mean, let's give it like 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we'll do an outlook. I'll start talking though. So ideally, before we see a main move higher, this is sauce, guys. Okay, I'm gonna record this too. Ideally, before we see a big move higher on the higher time frame, like before we can trust a low has formed and we can get new all-time highs, we want to see some sell side sweep, especially if we're consolidating, right? But what's happened here is we put in low, 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 and we swept. So we've taken out a lot of sell side, right? We've taken out sell side here, right? here, here, and now there's an SMT divergence here. So we haven't seen any major sell side get swept, which I was expecting this potentially before you see a sustained price run higher. But we have taken out the engineered lows here, 1, 2, 3, and this one swept. And now we're seeing some expansion, right? We failed to get to 50% of this wick. That seems pretty bullish to me. The issue is I'm not too convinced that we're ready to break out this consolidation. I still think it's possible that we're still range bound. So we're just going to get, something that looks like this, in my opinion. It's pretty 50-50. The good news is it should be quite telling, right? Because if we're going to start exploring above new week opening gap high, it's bullish most likely, and I don't really want to participate in that because we've already had a sustained price run. So looking at this intraday chart, it does look quite bullish. But I would not be surprised if we saw a reversal and we came back to this low right here at least. So going into the day, I'm going to be looking to target this. This is your pre-market sell side, and it's your new day opening gap. So return to opening price for the day. That's going to be my objective. If the market shows signs like this, where it does something like this, one, I'm not going to be trading it anyways, unless we get a nice, 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. scalp continuation play. So we have a pretty easy game plan, even though there's a pretty difficult market. I don't know if this is going to be a protected low, Tuesday low of week, and who knows, maybe we do see the expansion, above. For me, I'd have to wait for closure. So if we got closure above here and we formed the order block, I guess it did. If we close above Monday's opening price, or sorry, Tuesday's opening price, yeah, that could be pretty confirming that, we might see a new all-time high. Otherwise, still neutral. So that's the game plan. And the idea is this 4-hour city. So I want to see if we get sensitive in here. I know order flow has been quite looking a little bit more bullish, but as long as we don't take out this high, like that's where if we take out this high, I'm expecting all-time highs. But until we take out this high, I'm not anticipating an all-time high, right? That's the very simple idea. Sure, are you still here? Okay, sure. This leg right here is a 15-minute dealing range. This high swept out this, and this low swept out this. So I'm going to mark this very obvious range. Not this high, because this high didn't take out this one. This is a 15-minute dealing range manipulation below the weekly opening price. So if we were bullish and this low was protected for the week, how many projections higher could we have of this dealing range? Usually 2. Minimum 1. Minimum 1. So this whole price leg that you could view as a manipulation below the weekly opening price, annotated as a dealing range. So the high that put in the low, right? The ultimate high that put in the low, not this, obviously, because this one swept out this one, right? Could also run it like this. I can't tell you the very specific data differences, but the idea is you can project this move in multiples if this is a manipulation leg below the weekly opening price. Okay? Now, I don't use projections too much. If you're going to do a projection, it should be a manipulation leg. I personally don't use projections anymore. What I use is measured moves, meaning we moved X amount, and I think we should move exactly X amount at least. Okay? So let's say, for example, this is our expansion higher, 43.25, right? I can then measure that move, right? And I'll do this for a protraction model too. So if there's 2 types. This is an expansion leg higher, And if we want to see a subsequent matching expansion move, 43 points. Okay, you want to see if the target is out of reach. See how this target, for example, is above the -1. That means -1 is probably very achievable, right? Right? I did because it's less. Now, if -1 was more, that means the target is very achievable because that wouldn't even be a multiple of the move by 1, right? Now, that's the segment. The way I'll use it most is with my protraction model. And yeah, I think I'm definitely looking for sell side here. I mean, this looks... if we can sweep the buy side, I'll look for sell side. You'll look for another textbook pre-market classic model. So for me, what I do is I use a protraction model, and I always do this with 930 in relation to 930 open. I don't usually do higher time frame deviations. So, for example, let's say we were to get a retracement like this, okay, and then protraction forms like this. Whoops. That's where -1 is very achievable. Low hanging fruits -1. Any protraction model, the high that put in the low or the low that put in the high, -1. One deviation. Very easy target. And if you have a level that aligns with that, that shows you that that's an easy target. That's what I'm thinking. Back to daily choppy land. You know, that's what I'm thinking here. That's what we're going to look for. Pre-market lows. We're on ES today. Yo, what? Oman just tweeted or something? We're getting a report of a cargo ship under fire? Damn, bro. I'll be honest. Is it going to help you too much? Probably not, right? Don't let the people on social media who just act like they run a standard deviation level and it just perfectly rejects off it every single time and you can absolutely predict every single move because it hit one specific level. The levels fail all the time too, right? So don't just... Oh my god, there's actually ships going under fire right now. Great. Equal highs in the 425.1. Didn't we take that already? It could be a target for higher. But I'm looking for this. I want the market to convince me it's gonna come down here, and that's what I'm gonna look for. I want to see a simple 930 classic model. You know, yesterday we got yesterday was a little bit tough, but again, define the risk today, guys. So 150 per trade. Yeah, most levels fail, man. They're not gonna show it when the level fails. Anyone who trades any sort of tap into one specific line, there's no enigma like that, man. It's like, oh, we hit OTE, you can short it every single time. It's gonna stop on the dime. No, you sometimes you're gonna be just completely outside. And it's same thing for standard deviations. Oh, it hit -2 standard deviation. How about all the times it hit -2 standard deviation and didn't reverse, right? They'll never show it. People will always show those samples at work. They'll be like, oh, I don't know, they do some shit like this and look at that, perfect, -3. And they're only going to show it because it failed, right? They're not going to say, oh, but look, negative, So I don't personally use them to try to, hopefully we don't go too far down here. I want to see an expansion higher. Where's org? We do have an org lower. Org fill would be nice today. Org fill. That's a nice expansion. Yes, we'd like to see that. Where's the candles, bro? Where's my annotation? Okay. If we can take out the highs, I'll look to short. And if it's just really bullish and goes all the way up here, probably no trade day. I'll be honest. Liking this 30-second chart. 13. So guys, 13-point stop. Times 5 is around $70. So we can go 2 contracts. I'll short the 30-second inversion. Don't gotta convince me. Done enough damage already. Took out the buy side. Clear draw, yes. Clear narrative, yes. Risk optimal, yes. Is there intermarket analysis supporting? Not really right now. And Q looks a little bit more bullish. And it is more bullish today. So be a little bit cautious with that. See if it wants to make a higher high and then a breaker. That would be even better. That would be A plus. TP? The hell? How? Where? When? Why? YM's already tanking. Okay, sloppy open. We have to wait till 10 a.m. Good chance we have to wait till 10 a.m. So it's a little bit sloppy on the open here. Yeah, exactly. It's been in this range for too long. Not showing a willingness to give me my 930 classic model. Usually it's a very quick, speedy, easy model. So I still like the sell side as a target, but a little bit too sloppy. There is 10 a.m. red folder. It's not the most impactful. Let's check out the copy trader today. Make sure everything's good. Yep, working great. I think I want to extend this. Sorry. Put this in the center. Some are more effective, more not more effective, but inject more volatility. Yeah, 10 a.m. PMIs are is not the craziest. Obviously it depends on the actual number that's being released too. That does play a role. There is an SMT here. If we did break lower, I think I would still short classic model. If Nasdaq also broke lower, otherwise we just wait. May short this. Stop would be here. I'm gonna wait for body closure. Suspension block on NQ. All right, guys, we're gonna try this short. So classic model short. This is what we wanted. Ooh, I kind of like the lines like this. It's been a while since I did something like that. Okay. So this should be less than 150 risk. It's just about exactly 150 risk actually. So trade number one on the day, 930 classic model. SMT to highs. We'll set this at a true day open, but who knows what we'll get. Pretty good speed here. See if this gap stays open. If we form another gap here, then I can move my stop here. I would want to see price respect this. Do I like the order lines like that? I can't tell. Make this blue. Make it green. Do gray. Gray is good. Okay, so stop is 852 and looking for potentially true day open or sell side. Out the trade back here. Not moving stops. We're seeing $150 or like just $140. So 1 hour risk today. Max loss on the day 300. So if we lose this, we can take either one trade at full risk or two trades at half risk. Yes, the weaker asset. Just focus on the bodies of the candles. No stress, no worry. Just see what the market wants to give. If we can leave this open, that's the best case scenario. Should be seeing some speed right now if we are bearish. It's a 930 classic model. It's a very fast model. So yeah, YM definitely the weakest asset. Out of all three. Alpha Trader's coming soon. Hard to say. Consolidation makes it a little bit more difficult to understand, but the narrative is still there, right? So for me, I'm happy with the 150 risk, and we'll just see what happens. So I'd want to see Nasdaq get below this. That will be probably confirming that we can at least take sell side. Decent speed on that candle. I want to assume this to be a breakaway gap. Hoping to get this done before 10. We also have to be ready to close alpha manually if it gets at 957, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, this, unfortunately, not enough range to run down my equity here. See if Nasdaq can run below 930. We can form a fair value gap here. That'd be good. Then I can move my stop here easily. I think this candle might go up and touch, or just phew. If it just goes down, then obviously it's an easy trade. Yeah, look, it's gonna go up and touch. I'm gonna swap to the 5-minute chart. 4, 3, 2. Yeah, can't really move the stop. It's exactly where it needs to be. We can go ahead and move it to 849, I would say, or 850. 850.5. So I'm gonna save ourselves a little bit of money. No opportunity to pyramid this position. See if we get org fill. If we get org fill, risk comes off. I'm gonna go through some time frames here. Yeah, we definitely have to keep the stop there. Really want to see NQ get below this low, like stab through. Just define the risk, accept the risk. Don't ever forget that. It's the most important thing. They'll come back in here, in my opinion. Nasdaq still hasn't made a lower low at 930. I really don't like that. I really want to see a lower low at 930. But that first 30 minutes, you really want to see a lower low. Even the first 5 minutes, like Nasdaq can just get through that. I think it can free fall. Don't want to move my stop to break even, but we may close break even. Like we don't have to accept the full risk here or assume the full risk, which is a little bit less now. 12 points stop or 12 and a half. 12 point stop is around $120, so at least we're losing $30 less. It adds up in the long run, man. It adds up. It does. Nasdaq can just make a lower low. Kind of what I really want to see on this. Still no lower low on the Nasdaq. The logical trail would be right here, by the way. This swing high. 839.25, so around $10-15 of risk, which I would classify as break even. I'm not gonna move it there yet. Now, if we can make a lower low at 930, and there's the lower low at 930. There's org fail. So I definitely want to take off the risk. So that's org fill. I think I made partial one there. We'll see. I'm hovering the partial. I think what I'll do is I'll put a buy stop right here. It really should just be going right down. I'm gonna hover the buy button. If I see something I don't like, we'll just close one. Already been kind of slow. You know what? I don't think we're gonna partial. I think we'll just keep it a bit risk free. I just don't like that NQ just took the low and then just started getting sloppy. You know, NQ took the low and just got real sloppy. When is PMI? It's 10 a.m. right? I like my stop. Look at that beautiful reaction off org fill. It's quite nice. See if it gets us out here at break even, or if it respects this. I view this as an order block. If we break above that, some people will take longs. Yeah, and we could have partialed here. NQ lower low. I really wanted that clean sell side level. We're probably gonna look for another short if we get stopped. I still believe in that sell side. You can see how long it took to get here from here to here, and then just 2 candles immediately goes up. Is not a good sign. Looks like we will get an SMT. So I'm gonna put this right at 837. Okay, we'll just leave it there. It's already wicking. So the body is nice on the order block there, but we'll see if it actually respects, meaning we get an inversion or not. You want to see it state, whoops, below 50% of that OB, not trade here, and see if this gives us an inversion or not. We got 930 protraction model. We get stopped out break even. So good trade idea. Unfortunately, didn't deliver. I see the 5-minute bearish fair value gap. Wouldn't mind re-entering. Fortunately, could have hit the final objective of sell side. Still bearish. We'll see if this 5-minute respects lower prices. And I'll probably short if we make a lower low. 12-point stop for 14 with potential runners. Yeah, so if we make a order block here, I'll short again. 2 contracts. And we'll just have to be careful with the alpha rule. All right, we're going to try it there, guys. So re-entry. Stop loss here. Set this here as a best case. So just a re-entry, 930 protraction model. 5-minute gap, 950 macro. Stop at the high. And let's be cautious with the 10 a.m. news. Still 10 minutes before it, so stop is at 840. Taking re-entry here. 1-to-1 is if we just take pre-market lows, so I'll go to the 30-second chart here. Actually, 1-minute chart is better. So I'm viewing this as a bearish order block. We want to see that respect lower prices. And at least take out this sell side. Intermarket analysis is good. Narrative is good. Range optimal for sure. 14 handle run. Model 930 protraction. Pretty good rejection and speed below. No 1-minute gap, but it's okay. YM looks really good, really weak. And Q looks very range bound, to be honest. But I like the sweep here. So I see us coming into the top of this order block. And now I'm looking at this wick. And ideally we respect 50% of that. So if we do touch, I don't even want to see it touch, but if we do touch, ideally gets real sensitive in there. Otherwise we have to wait for later, something really long later in the session. News is in 6 minutes. So worst case, we manually close alpha futures. Leave the other firms. 952. So let me set a line here for 957. We did stop at 50%, but this candle already breached that one. So I'm a little bit skeptical in this. Doesn't look too good anymore. And Q made a higher high. There's an S&T for now. Hopefully if we get stopped out, it's before 950, 58. $54. Wait and see if the S&T holds. Not much we can do. Gap in here. It's gonna be real close to the alpha futures news rule. Hopefully this could make some distance, either higher or stop us out or make some distance because, well, we don't want to get breached by the news rule. Hopefully it just doesn't stay right here because then, I guess then we'll just have to terminate on alpha alone, which is possible. So if we can make some distance, that would be ideal. Gotta be more because we got 2.5 minutes to make a closure. So he's holding for now. We do get the inversion. Immediate rebalance. Already stopped on that OB right there. See if that immediate rebalance holds. We pretty much have 1 minute until news, so I think the best course of action is close on alpha futures as long as it's before 9:58. You guys can't see the P&L. TikTok live. TikTok restricted me until Friday, brother. $9.57. So we may have to close alpha futures manually. So bear with me while you guys will not see the P&L. Gonna wait 30 seconds. It's kind of unfortunate that we have to close on alpha. Hopefully we can just get stopped maybe, or just like absolutely dumps. We don't have to close. It's getting real close. Or you know what I can do? Hold on, I know what I can do. That's even better. I can remove just the stop on alpha futures. No, I can't do that. It won't let me. I kind of don't want to close this trade, guys. I have to on alpha. All right, there's no going back. I have to close on alpha manually. So we're taking it off 3. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's the rule. So I had to close the trade manually on alpha there at 9:47 because of the news rule. Unfortunate, but you gotta follow the rules. Gotta follow the rules. Who knows? Maybe it'll stop us anyways. Hopefully, at least the accounts can be synced up. I guess it's not a bad outcome. Still like the narrative in play. A little bit sloppy in here, but ES weaker than NQ. Why do you have to on alpha? You're not allowed to hold trades. You're not allowed to get stopped out by news or hit TP by news. So if if we were to get stopped out at between 8:58 and 10:02, you know they're allowed to deny the payout. So unfortunately, had to do that. The goat. I'm not the goat. I mean, ES is the weaker asset. There's an S&T there currently. Could break still. You know, we don't know what's gonna happen. Even if it doesn't take it, I didn't do anything. I just shorted the weaker asset today. So we'll see what happens. Still could be wrong. No, on evals you're good, guys. On evals you're good. All right. Well, I guess we'll see if news wants to send us lower or higher. I would be surprised if it doesn't spike our stop. Okay. Don't worry about the P&L. It's not accurate. I think the exit was good there. Okay. Not the best exit on the news candle, but it's okay. Top step was good. Lucid filled pretty bad. But it's not too bad. How is alpha only down 50? Wow. Top step executions were pretty good there. The Lucid. I'm not actually in a trade, guys. Don't let this thing fool you. Just swapping through here. So we definitely got a bad fill slightly on Lucid, but you know, it's news. Can't complain. Oh no. Oh no. Wait. Oh no. Wait. Wait. Don't tell me we got filled on long on alpha futures. Wait. No, how could I have got filled long? Because I left the stop loss? Is that what happened? Well, this keeps happening to me, man. I'm gonna have to switch to the advanced accounts. If that actually just happened, after we literally tried so hard just to avoid it, and then it actually happened. Let me see. Let me see here. I think it might have actually happened. Position history. No, I think we're good. No, I think we're good. I don't see any positions from. Yeah, two of the accounts do have positions at 10. Only one of them doesn't. How's that possible? Oh no. Well, it's okay. It's okay. Um, it's not a big deal because we're gonna go for a buffer anyways. Anyways, there's an SMT here. I'm looking to re-enter short. So we're down 150 on the day. This would be another. This actually be a 10 a.m. silver bullet protraction, and I'm gonna front run here. I think. So guys, this will be our last trade of the day if we lose. Last trade of the day if we lose. Same exact model, same thing we've been looking for all day. 930 protraction. This one with the SMT at the highs, shorting the weaker asset. It has been somewhat sloppy, but now that we purged the buy side, respected this gap. This is a 10 a.m. silver bullet protraction model. Entry at 10:03, so it's good. The risk on this trade is just under 150, so it's good. And I'm looking for, like I said, the sell side. If we lose this, we have to walk for the day. No more trades today, and we'll just trade paper. I like the setup. Breaker on NQ. SMT. YM looks to be good as well. Already a very strong pullback, but it's okay. Bearish for value gap. See if that offers sensitivity. Risking around 13. 130-ish. If we're bearish, we should respect this gap. It's sloppy price action, so we're gonna leave. We're not gonna adjust the stop until we get a full break lower, like probably below here. The idea is this high is protected, and you know I might even just put the stop loss here. How much risk is that? As long as it's not over 15. That's perfect. So we're just gonna leave the stop at the protected high. because it's been sloppy and it's not over risking, we're gonna leave the stop there. And then if we break lower below here, I'd say, then I'll move it here and maybe even sell one more. It's been pretty high resistance, so good narrative, sloppy price, or higher probability narrative, low probability condition. Want to be a little bit more safe with my stop loss placement all the way at the protected high. Looks like Nasdaq wants to make a higher high here. Looks like they both want to make a higher high here. In which case, we may just be offside. I still think this move will happen, but it looks like if it stops us out here, it looks like we may not be able to capture it. You know, just a sloppy day. In which case, we'll walk away minus 2R. Less. Top step at least. Like it wants to make the higher high. Unfortunate. Pretty nice setup in here. AM high buy side S&T. It's highs in the first 30 minutes. Very nice strong inversion. CISD and breaker on the Nasdaq. YM very weak, and then it just comes right back up. So I'm gonna switch to a paper account now because I think this will be, yeah. So the Lucid accounts are even $50 more. The top step accounts are around $50 less. There should be no orders pending, right? I think I accidentally clicked stop the copier, so there's gonna be orders here. I gotta cancel them all. Or wait, I can just click that on the trade copier. Okay, so we're gonna have to just sit here and paper trade likely the rest of the session. Let me click. Not sure why the order actually stayed. Moment, guys. It's hard to say what this will do next. Hard to say what it'll do next. Besides take out this high, obviously, and then I don't know if it'll reverse or continue bullish. I'm surprised we didn't take out the pre-market lows there. But it happens. It does happen. Let me make sure there's no pending orders. Okay, I think we're good. So I put an order here. Okay. Okay, cool. So that's it. No more risk today. No more risk today. We'll see what this wants to do. I thought I took some pretty good trades but suppose not. So first trade, stop break even. Second trade, stop the 1R. Second and third trade, stop 1R. What's your reason to be bearish? Just sell side liquidity. My bias isn't bearish. My bias is range bound. So I was just looking for buy side to sell side. Just textbook setup. Voting chat? No, I read chat after I trade. Why were you bearish today? The idea was buy side to sell side. Yeah, just buy side to sell side and gap fill. Yeah, we did get org fill. I just want to see even the sell side get taken. Yeah, it just looks like a little bit. I mean, it could also just be bullish. It's possible. I guess we'll have to see. The market is so bullying right now. What are you analyzing? I don't understand that question. What type of question is that? Every day you guys crying about PA. Yeah, you can't complain about the price action. You know, it's unfortunate it gave us our model. You know, setup was pretty good. That's a pretty strong reaction right when we got S&P there. Even a war can't break choppy land. That is true. You can't sign in for days. Did you trade Apex on MacBook? It's a you can. What do you mean trade Apex on MacBook? I don't. You mean like you signing into Tradeify? You can't sign into Tradeify or Apex, the like website. Bullish? It's hard to say. I mean, I think we'll take out this. After that, I don't know. It's really hard to say. But let's put this in the. How do I take the P&L? I think we'll take the. Which P&L to take? The top stuff's down 280. Uh, you know what? Let's do this. So obviously offside in the morning session, or at least opening range. You know, thought we can get that nice sell off to pre-market lows. Doesn't look like it wants to take the pre-market lows. We had the setups 5-minute gap protraction model. So first one was a classic. Second one was 9:30 protraction, and then third one was 10 a.m. silver bullet protraction. All very good setups, all good speed, all good rejections. Trading the weaker asset as well. NY.AM did see, decent move lower. Could have partial that orc fill, but I don't think that was too important. But let's put it in the journal. Wednesday, March 2026. Trade number 1. And what I think is going to happen, I still think we can run sell side. So if we were to get a break, I'm not going to put any risk behind it. But if we do get, like, say, a market structure shift here, for example, I still think it can run lower. Classic model, 30-second IFG entry, results, plus 0 RR. That was unfunded. Trade number 2, 9:30 traction model, 1 OB entry, result, minus 1 RR. Trade number 3, 10 a.m. Silver bullet. I really should also call it AM. AM silver bullet protraction model. M1 IFG entry. Results. We'll go with top step P&L. Top step we're down 280. So I believe that's 0.9 R. So we're down 1.9 R. 280. I'm just journaling in the Discord, guys, and then we'll start tape reading the rest of the session. Notes, I honestly like. I really like the trade. Okay, so it's in the Discord, guys. If you guys want to see the journal or the stream journal. So let's see the executions. We shorted this breaker, 30-second fair value gap. Short, wanted the low, failed. Put in equal lows. Took a re-entry, 5-minute tapped in here. Nice break, OB. Short, failed. And then we have a retrace back into the 5-minute. Respect this 1-minute gap. Strong speed inversion with SMT at the highs. Nice candle, short. Forms a bearish fair value gap. Fails. Take out the highs. And then minus 1.9 R on the day. So that means no more trades. Me today. Am I supposed to buy the Tradeify version? You don't have to use Tradeify. No, you don't have to use Tradeify. Yeah, it looks like NQ wants to go. Hey, today could be the day. Like if we get closure above here, that's what I would want to see. If we can close above the blue line, that could be a sign for setting the stage higher on the day. Could be a sign to set the stage higher on the day. Or on the week, sorry. Or even going forward if we get all the way above here. I kind of don't like where these lows formed, but see. We'll definitely see. Trust me, we're going nowhere. We'll see, I guess. I'm fine with this sell if it was 8 plus 4-hour bear. Yeah, the 4-hour bearish was nice too. I guess we'll just see what it does. If it stays above here, then we could explore up here. You don't have to buy Tradeify version. It's probably the best one, but you don't have to. The chart cooled. Yeah, I mean it could just be bullish. That is very possible. If you're looking for longs today, I wouldn't have trusted anything here. Maybe this inversion, 1006. It'll work on laptop. I use TradeScale.app. Are these triple equal highs? Like a strong draw. They're not really triple equal highs. They were swept by 1 point. But it looks like we will get there. I'm gonna start journaling my personal close this. So I'll open up a paper. Trade on if we wanna, if our model forms again. We can paper trade maybe. I'm in break even on February and March so far. Do you think that's a bad sign or were those just bad months? Depends on your model and system, bro. I couldn't possibly know if this couldn't possibly know. You gotta look at your journal. You gotta look back at your trades, your wins, your losses, and see what they say. I know ICT said he's going back to Forex, which is actually kind of funny. Check the uptrend. It's definitely looking bullish. You think it's cap or he's dead ass? That's hard to say. I'm not sure. I don't know, man. Do I think he's actually gonna trade forex with his personal capital? I don't even know if he still trades his personal capital. I don't even know. I don't know if he even trades his personal capital at all. So he only trades his money. I mean, we don't know that he does, right? We don't know that he does. And probably today should have been a half risk day. Now that I think about it, probably should have been a half risk day. Half risk day. Risking one contract. Gatie, February was really bad for me. Starting off March made me more demotivated. February was tough for me too. Where is the first presented fair value gap? On the NASDAQ? Probably use 935. Stock market's green as hell. Holy shit. Look at Coinbase stock. At least there's that. Yep, I would use 935 personally. I would use 935. Okay, don't mind me. So we'll just sit here and watch this. And while I journal my personal account, I was looking for, I guess, daily contraction, right? And first trade was a 930 classic. I actually really liked that trade. I'm gonna give it a 10. That first trade was really good. Is there SMT there as well? Yeah, there was. Performance on that first trade. Could I have done anything better on that first trade? Org fill partial? I don't think so. Because the sell side was right there. Could have went true day. I don't think I could have put that on that first trade. Emotions on the first trade were pretty good too. Improvements. First trade I'm really happy with. Um, Let me do some math here. Okay, in the first trade, executions. Bookings I want to trade, but why do they look perfect? I know. I wish Alpha Trader was out too, man. I wish it was out too. Um, you're not alone. Not alone on that one. I'm actually really excited for Alpha Trader. Can be. Could it be 945? How can that be? Look at the failed orders. Wait, our first trade got stopped at 945? That was the last update time. I gotta look at the executions. How did you guys do today? Did you guys take a win, loss, no trades, yes trades? What did you guys do? You guys said win, loss, no setup for longs, loss. You guys were bullish, took partial at Oricfield, then break even. Nice. Oricfield was nice. Can't lie, it was nice. 2 wins, 1 loss. Nice. 1 break even. What are you trading? I'm just looking now because we're down on the day. I don't want to risk any more money. Yeah, I like that first trade. Trade number 2, we took it. Yeah, it probably should have been a half risk day. It really should have been a half risk day. Should have been a half risk day. That's really all it was. Second trade, we went short at 950. Up that 1001. Actually looking for a daily reversal is what I was looking for. Second trade. Sorry guys, I'm just journaling my live account while I have pretty much nothing else to do. 950, 10. I think this may just slow trend up when I'm looking at this. Who knows? Maybe this will set the stage higher for higher prices for the month. Who knows? It's definitely possible. So we have a 14-point stop. 14 times 5 times 2 plus. I like that trade. Intraday power 3, that was a 930 protraction model. And we had 950 macro. What's the quality of that trade right here? Probably give it like an 8, solid 8, because there was no gap, but there was good speed, good rejection, nice wick, weaker asset. I'd probably give it like an 8.5. Performance, could I have done anything better on this trade? Stop was in a good spot. Suppose I could have closed it earlier. Kind of, I like it though. Just trust the idea. I like that. I think that was good. Yeah, we're down on the day. We are down on the day. I'm just journaling my accounts. Is Lucid Flex for $65 the best option right now? It's definitely one of the best options. I will definitely agree with. I can definitely say that. I have 5 of them, and I think, I mean, they're definitely good. Lucid Flex is definitely very, very good. Then last trade was short at 1003, stopped out 1008. We're definitely just offside today, right? Definitely just offside today. Could also just argue like the narrative wasn't too strong. I really like that pre-market sell side though. I don't even think this reversal is like out of uh, out of reach. I just think not taking the sell side before and leaving these equal lows is kind of a red flag because we inverted the 15-minute gap, so we were looking really bearish. Is there a 30-minute gap that respected? I guess a 30-minute held. I guess a 30-minute held. Net P now last trade. So we had a bear with me, guys. I'm almost done journaling. I know most of you are probably bored. I mean, that's it. There's not much more to it. Not much more to it for me today. I know I'm not gonna trade PM. That's it. We tried in the opening range. We got cut offside, and that's it. Yeah, was tough. Tough. Did I switch to ES? Not every trade will be ES, but for the most part, it will be mostly ES. Um, that last trade was a AM silver bullet protraction. We're still inside the macro. How good is that trade? I gotta give that trade a 10, man. That's a good ass trade. Respected the gap with the SMT, strong speed. Could I have performed better? I suppose I could have closed after the inversion, but it was already sloppy, so. And the emotion was good. The only thing I really could have done better today is half risk. I think that's the main takeaway. Should have simply been a half risk day. Losing streak since February 18. You haven't had a winning day since February 18? Or just like it's been tough since then? Clear uptrend on 30-minute. That is true. Didn't look like a clear uptrend when we were over here, though. Iran likely has just days of missile strikes left. The 0 winning days since February 18. That is definitely going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, but I believe in you, bro. Because I'm watching the 1 minute. Sure, you could say that. Right? You could say that. Well, not much more to look for here. Even if you were bullish, we've taken out previous day's high on the Nasdaq, taken out those daily highs on the Nasdaq. It's possible that this is the low that may hold for a while. So if we close bullish, we'll likely be bullish going forward for the next couple weeks, perhaps however long it takes to get up here. So if that's the case, that's pretty interesting, I would say. Although we also may just fall right back down into the range. I'm not utterly convinced that this is officially the time for us to break out. I mean, we're still stuck in this range. We're still stuck in this range. This reminds me of 2022 December. Where is it? Where's 2022 December? Yeah, it reminds me of this. This little range right here. Reversal possibility? I don't think so today. But maybe. Who knows? It's been hard to read. It was same play as the other day, liquidity sweep at the lows for bullish continuation. Yeah, I mean, usually we do sweep out lows before we reverse. So I just want to see a little bit more of a clear sweep. I didn't really trust. I'm on NASDAQ here. Just didn't trust. Whoa. Didn't trust the sweep that we got. That's all it really was. Really want to see this low get taken. Pre-market lows. Very good chance of getting very good chance of getting taken. Been reading Best Loser Wins. What is your thought on letting traders run opposed to having targets? I love that. I think you should have a best case scenario. I mean, this is what I do. Have a best case scenario target and then just manage based on what you get. I don't know if we'll reverse. It's really hard to say. Yeah, we're down on the day 1.9R. So no more trades unless we take paper trades. Um, But there'll be no more funded account trades for me today. The new Apex, for much do you have to make requests to pay out? You have to be requesting above 2,600 on Apex. I'll stay with you guys for a bit here. YM swept a little. Yeah, YM did. YM was the weaker asset, I guess. ES was weaker than NQ. I guess we could have traded YM. Hindsight. Um, but who knows? It's pretty tough call in my opinion. Pretty tough call in my opinion. Anyone here trade Apex on MacBook Rhythmic? Oh, so that's your issue? You can't trade Rhythmic on the MacBook? How can you know? No, I mean, I probably don't ever want to trade YM again. How can you know? It was offside regardless. I mean, I think the main move was higher today. Right? I think we can all agree the main move was higher. And I was simply offside. You know, it is what it is. That's it. Very simple. If we were onside, I think if we were going to take out this low and come back to true day open, I think we took the right trades, right? We didn't go there, so we had the wrong targets. And that's it. That's okay. So far, I can't. No luck. I don't know. I've never traded Rhythmic. You could try messaging them and asking if you can switch to called trade of 8. Hopefully they let you. Why no YM? It's just too sloppy sometimes, and I just want to avoid that. I also don't have that much experience executing YM, so I don't even want to go down that road. Just keep it to ES and NQ. Rhythmic just use TradeC, simple fix. Oh, really? I guess you can try that. I want to see here how much we're down. Yeah, so probably no more trades on the live account this week. Come back. Pretty strong displacement there after breaking new week, but I don't think I would trust it for short selling, but I guess we'll see. I wouldn't trust it unless we broke back below here, like once we got a breaker. So I guess we'll just see. Oh. Been tough markets. Been tough markets. Monday was so good. Monday was good. Sign in with the login info from my dashboard. I literally have no idea. If you can't use, I would ask them to switch to Tradeify. I think that would be probably best. Perhaps you could try that, right? This be protraction model buy on ES. Yeah, ES and Q. You need a target for a valid protraction model, and I think we left equal highs on the daily, so you could look for that if you're bullish. So we can paper trade a protraction long. Together we can paper trade. We'll see if it forms. 15-minute gap is forming. I'd probably wait for that. And we'll, yeah, call it. That's it. How'd you get banned on TikTok? I don't know. I think I was promoting a giveaway. I was promoting a giveaway, and then they told me I don't know. I just got banned. They were like, no more from you. I was like, damn. Okay, my bad. So we don't have TikTok until Friday. I want to see. NFP's on Friday. That'll be fun. What do you mean you got banned? Like I got banned until Friday, like suspended, I guess. Suspended on live streams, not like actually TikTok, just the live streaming until Friday. Did they give me a reason? They said fraud or something. Scamming. Fraud scam. Tapping into 5-minute FEG on NQ looks living this way past few days. This was payout. Tapping into 5-minute FEG on NQ from the looks of it, the way it's been the past few days, that just might play out on some BS. Where would you look for a pullback long? I'd wait for the 15-minute gap, most likely. It's still forming. That's possible. Someone didn't win and they just reported. That's possible. Target what? The equal daily highs on the S&P 500. The blue line up here. We'll paper trade it. I'll stay here and paper trade it. Yeah, it is what it is. TikTok's tough. That's why we gotta keep focusing on YouTube streams. Is this the breakout? That's the question though. Like, is this gonna set the stage for higher? Like all-time highs? Um, Thinking about a potential option play here and see if we can just swing it from here to here. I think it's possible. Okay, 15-minute gap formed. We'll see if it offers a setup. We'll paper trade, and then we'll call it a day. If it doesn't form a setup, we'll call it a day anyways. 15-minute gap. Yes, mini already took the high. What if we inverse? Then probably doesn't go higher. Now I'll call it. Because we already retraced before going into 1050 macro. 1050 macro tends to move higher, so that's the idea. 1050 macro protraction model. One of my favorite models. Just need a good setup here. There's no clear gaps forming. There's no really clear gaps. I always just target the AM high. Yep, gonna have to paper trade this one. I'm pretty definitive when it comes to my risk. I don't want to risk anymore. I guess a break above this high, that would be, that's what I have to see. Can you show 30-second time frame real quick? I don't have Project X. That's your 30-second. SMT at those lows too. So if we do get a strong candle here, we can take a paper trade long. See the SMT. See the 15-minute gap. If this candle expands higher, I'll just buy it right now. The amount of speedy inversion fair value gap that have been failing recently is honestly, I wouldn't say concerning, but frustrating. Maybe not frustrating, but like the amount of speed that we got on this inversion and this inversion especially, that was a strong inversion. Like that was fast. Like they really were. Like they were really trying to fake, really trying to fake me out, I guess, or you know, just fake the momentum. This is S&P. Yeah, this is ES. Did they patch IFEGs? No, I mean, I don't. I think we were just offside. You know, I think what's more important than the IFEG failing is we didn't reach this level. You know, I think if we were gonna reach this level, we took the right trades, but we didn't reach that level. So if we break above this high with a body, I'll take a paper trade long. Okay, we're just gonna try it here. Let's do 4 contracts. Let's just risk what we same thing we risk on funded accounts. 157. So entering it off 30-second inversion, some small displacement higher. Idea is this low is likely safe if um roll the stop here. Buy one more. We're logging into 5 and 3 minute bursts. I believe that a bad sign. If we're gonna take out this high, then no. If this high is protected, then yeah. You have to sign the agreement, Sonu. That's why. You have to sign the agreement. Yep, you just gotta sign. No, you gotta sign the agreement on Tradeify. When you sign into Tradeify, you have to sign the agreement. Then they'll let you trade with them. This is why I don't risk any more money. This is why I don't risk any more money. This would have been another 1R loss on the funded, so losing on paper as well. Do I think the 50-minute gap will still hold? Hard to say. Hard to say. With a pretty strong candle. Did he say they changed the algorithm? I think he was being satire. I don't think that was. Don't think that was real. I got you, Shaheem. Okay, well, I'm not gonna sit here and keep paper trading. I still think the 50-minute gap will hold, but I'm done for today personally. What the heck are you buying when swept major? You sound a little bit angry, brother. No need to be angry. Before will be too tough, Shaheem, because we're gonna be calling at 11:15. What we can do probably after. Where can I find the agreement? If it never popped up for you, then why you look for buys when we set major buy side? Because I think we're gonna make a higher high. I don't think we're gonna reverse. And I like this 15-minute gap. And I'll probably enter another paper trade, I guess, while we're talking here. Paper trade. Yeah. Contract in here. Okay. We can go. Yeah, 150 is fine. Okay. NBA picks. Go, good question. Yesterday I took Cleveland, bro. I can't lie. So we called it, bro. I don't know. Did you take Cleveland? Because you were there in the stream when we called Cleveland, I think, right? I know my Detroit team, bro. I know what they can handle and what they can't handle. And I knew they couldn't handle Cleveland on that day. They couldn't handle Cleveland yesterday. OKC might be a good pick. OKC -4. Trace to the 15. You can find the agreement on Tradeify. There's like two little bonds. Yeah. Worst case, Stono, you just ask the. Let's take an aggressive pyramid here. No, I'll open up a ticket and just tell them like you didn't sign the Tradeify agreement, and you need to. So ask them, what can I do? Can you guys make it like pop up or something? For example. We'll let this paper trade play out, and then we'll call it a day. Oh. Nasdaq looks quite bullish, yeah. I think we may get a pump in Asia, if I'm being honest. But I guess we'll see. Won't be trading my live account for the rest of the week. We'll come back next week. And fundeds. We'll probably start de-risking on the fundeds. Now that we're in a little bit of drawdown. So we're risking like 100 per trade. 200 loss per day instead of 300. Till we build back that drawdown. So we'll still trade the fundeds. I mean, tomorrow's a no trade day, guys. Tomorrow I'll be live, but tomorrow's the day before NFP. So we won't be looking for that. But can I move to the breakaway gap here? Just pyramid the hell out of this. Aggressive pyramids. What is the agreement called? You can just write the no. It's like a pop up, and then you just click agree, like checkbox, sign, and then you move on. As for picks today, bro, I think the Hawks. I think we take the Hawks, bro. Never had it. Usually, what happens is it pops up, but then you accidentally click off, and then it doesn't come up. Who's playing on the Celtics today? I think the Hornets may win against the Celtics. 76ers. I don't know. I think we take the Thunder, bro. I think we take. Thunder spread. And I think with the Hawks. I think the Hawks win today. Never had that pop up. Usually, what happens is it pops up, but then. And trading view is lagging. Wait. Am I max leveraged on my paper account, bro? That's it? I can't go more? Oh, okay. I was going to say. Paper account. Whoa, what's that lag? I have to put my stop at 150. Yeah, you pop it up and then that's it. You just sign. Bitcoin's pumping. Cool. See if we can get a win on paper today at least. If you talk to the support team, they'll open up. They should be able to make it just pop up. And get the paper win. Be nice. Nice. That's a very aggressive pyramiding trade, but we'll take the paper trade win. I don't want to post these executions, but it's a good study regardless, so I'm going to post. 1050 macro. We'll just journal them separately as paper trades. Okay. March 2026 or 10 AM silver bullet protraction model. Pretty nice one. Hypothetically, it was at 4.5. $3.8. Times 3.8. 150 times 3.8. Okay. Yeah, so around 3.8 on that one. Hashtag paper. Hashtag stream. I always put the hashtag next to it, so we can keep it. It's still a good study. Still one of my favorite models, so that's why I'm journaling. Notes. 1050 macro protraction play. Whipped out entry 1, re-entry. Played out with aggressive trailing and pyramiding. So at least we got one paper win today, or at least we're up on paper. Not that it matters numerically, but out of curiosity, if you take all the losses, minus 1.9, minus 2.9, we could have still technically been up 1R if we took 5 trades. Obviously, we could have been down a lot of money if we took 5 trades, so it's not worth the risk. But it's good to just show that, over the course of many trades. Pistons and Spurs. Yo, I can't lie, we're actually 4-0 right now. We called Pistons, Spurs, Philadelphia, and yesterday we called Cleveland. We're 4-0, and today we're calling the Hawks. That's all I'm saying. Calling the Hawks. So we'll see if we go 5-0. And I think Oklahoma can get the job done today too, but I wouldn't put money behind that. Anyways, I'm gonna reset this because it's just for simulation, for fun trading purposes. So, we're gonna de-risk, guys, on the funded going forward. We're gonna look to risk $100 per trade max and $200 max loss per day until we can recoup some of this drawdown. We're not in much drawdown, just under 2R drawdown, but you know we're not gonna risk the same when we're in drawdown. So we'll de-risk slightly, or maybe we won't. Maybe we'll just stick with 150. I don't know, because to be honest, risking less than 150 seems kind of for a funded account with no consistency. I'd rather just grab a new stash, but we got a long way to go. We can always de-risk later on. Anyways, I appreciate you guys coming through the live stream. I will see you guys live tomorrow. Not trading tomorrow. It's the day before non-farm payroll, so no trading tomorrow. But I will be live streaming. And I will see you guys there. Take care. Stay safe. Peace.